Raider Nation, what's going on? You're watching the Raiders Report, and coming up here on today's show, we got some preseason winners and losers after the Raiders' 34-17 win over the Los Angeles Rams, proving that LA belongs to Raider Nation. If you believe in that, spam nation down below. Now, hey man, always remember, if you're looking for free videos, Chugs and I, we don't take any days off here. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on those notifications, and we know that only the diehard Raider fans are repping with us day in and day out. We're going to be live again for next week's preseason game against the Cowboys, and I don't want you to miss it. Let's go to the very first winner here up against the Los Angeles Rams, and it's got to be Aidan O'Connell. Whether you want to spam for AOC, whatever the hell it is, if you watch this live, some of y'all might even be spamming meow. I think I got to rep my O'Connell mustache, though, because this young man continues to pass the eye test. He was 11 of 18 for 163 yards, 2 touchdowns. Yeah, he missed Tre Tucker for a deep ball, very first throw of the game. But the thing that I love that Aidan continues to show, it's great pocket presence. It's great poise in the pocket. It's the ability to be able to pick up the rush, still deliver strikes, laser beams, and he even uses freaking legs today, which, man, that made me very, very happy. But O'Connell, through his first 2 preseason games, 26 of 36, 304 yards, 3 touchdowns, a quarterback rating of 122. For the 4th rounder, I'll say this right now, he has been the most impressive rookie quarterback in the preseason. And that makes me a very happy human being. Let's go to the next winner here. I'm going to give this one to Phillip Dorsett. I thought about, maybe Wilkerson because he caught a touchdown. Wilkerson was 5 catches, 54 yards, but he saw 12 targets. Where Phillip Dorsett, to me, right off the jump, right, was working well with Jimmy Garoppolo in that first-team offense, worked well with Aidan O'Connell, saw 5 targets, had the 4 catches for 76 yards, but it was the long of 43. The way that Dorsett ends up making this roster is his ability to be able to stretch the field, his ability to be able to take the top off of a defense, and if he does that, that's going to leave a lot more open boxes for Josh Jacobs, whoever is going to be the starting running back here for this team. But it's also the ability then, if you just go one-on-one with Dorsett, he has that speed to take the top off. But then also, it's going to be a one-on-one for a Michael Mayer. It's going to be a one-on-one for a Jacoby Myers, a Hunter Renfrow, Devontae Adams. And guess what? I'm going to take my chances rolling with that. Dorsett today, 4 for 76. Tre Tucker was 3 for 66. And then Keelan Cole was 5 for 60. Cole, another solid day. And, he's got really solid connection there with Aidan O'Connell. Let's go to another winner here. I got to give it to Jermaine Eluemunor. And Eluemunor, for the first half, played left tackle. And he's not going to be your starting left tackle. I'm telling you right now, your starting offensive line for the Raiders, if the season were to start today, I believe it would be Colton Miller at left tackle, Dylan Parham at left guard, Andre James at center. I would say Greg Van Roten at right guard, and then Jermaine Eluemunor at right tackle. The reason why, though, Eluemunor has to be a winner is because Brandon Parker got injured. He's done for the season. Justin Herron is, I say this a lot, grandma getting out of the tub type of ugly. So for the fact that Eluemunor was able to step in and be your starting left tackle, getting more reps for the second-year player Thayer Munford, that's a good sign. Eluemunor was a clear winner and showed that he can play both tackle spots, which is a very important role. Let's go to another winner here, Drake Thomas. And this dude is a hustler, right? Like, he's flying all over the football field. 12 tackles today. And honestly, I get so upset. I think the best play he had didn't even count because of a penalty. He had a tackle for loss. It's just there are certain dudes, when you look at them from a build, right? Undersized, not the fastest, but sometimes there's just good football players that find themselves near a football, and that's what Drake Thomas did today. He's got to be a winner. Let's go to another winner here, Isaiah Pola Mao. Man, I could not be happier for this young man. The former safety from USC was a UDFA. I believe he's going to make this 53-man roster. And yes, that's in Bennett. There was some sort of miscalculation, but there's a difference between making an interception and then taking it to the house. And hey, if you're getting a touchdown as a defensive player, you're going to more than likely be a winner. In my book in this game, I was happy for him. It was a good play, and just because you get the opportunity because of a miscue, you still have to take advantage of it. and he got a fastball on a 2-0 count down the middle, and he hit that sucker out of the park. The other winner that I got to give today was the Raiders had 1 sack. That's it. And you know who had it? David Agoha. That is a really, really cool story. The guy's just started playing football, comes from Nigeria, the International Pathway Program player for the Raiders, and he's a good athlete. There's no doubt about it. He got an opportunity today. He got a sack. I don't think he's going to end up making the roster, but I'll tell you what, he's going to remember that moment for the rest of his life, and that puts a smile on my face. Now, those are our 6 winners that I have from today's game, and there's probably a lot more, and I know I probably missed a few people. Some of y'all are like, where's Jimmy Garoppolo? He was 4 for 4 for 39 yards. But to me, though, O'Connell looked better from the eye test. The arm strength of Garoppolo makes me a little bit nervous. But hey, who was the Raiders' biggest winner against the Rams? I bet you it's going to be a unanimous Aidan O'Connell. Now, always remember, y'all, you can always hit me up on Twitter, Instagram. For me, the biggest winner in this game was Aidan O'Connell. He just shows yet again that he's doing all of the right things that should give Raider fans a lot of confidence moving forward, especially when you got a young quarterback. And when Garoppolo, who's got a lot of injury concerns, you got to feel pretty damn good about Aidan. Now it's the time of the show that we got to talk about the losers, and I'm only going to do 5 losers here. I'd say the biggest loser in today's game was Brian Hoyer. I mean, it's just obvious as day that Hoyer is just not even close to Garoppolo. He's not even close to O'Connell. He's not even a top 50 quarterback in the NFL. He threw a pick 6. It's just the offense looks bad. If it wasn't for Hoyer, they would have dropped the 40 burger. The only reason why Hoyer is on this team, and I will say it time and time again, I've been saying it for months, it's to teach Aidan O'Connell to run this McDaniels system. That's the only reason he's on this team. Now, I'll still show you some more losers coming up here, but hey, if you think Chargers fans, Bronco fans, and Chiefs fans are all losers, which I would imagine most of y'all do, and you want to get your hands on those fans eating corn the long way shirts, they are available at chatsports.com/corn. That link's going to be available for all of y'all down in the comments and in the description of today's show. I'm going to go with another loser here. I'm going to go with Tre Tucker. I'll admit he played better as the game went on. Like third quarter, fourth quarter, he played better. 3 catches, 66 yards, and he has talent. Like, let's not get this twisted. He's back-to-back loser for me, but it's because he's not catching the football. He's got 3 drops. He dropped a touchdown today, which is definitely a frustrating thing, but it's frustrating because watching him in kick returns, punt returns, his burst, his acceleration, Chugs just said it in my ear, he's electric. He is an electric player. When that ball is in his hands, people get nervous because at any moment he can take it to the house. My expectations are high for Tre Tucker, but he's got to be able to catch the football. He made a few tough catches as the game went on that made up for it, but that drop touchdown, that one stings a little bit. For that reason, I'm going to make Tucker a loser. Let's go with Austin Hooper here as another loser. Michael Mayer got the start. Hooper only saw, I want to say, 1 target and had no catches and had a back-breaking, obvious as day pass interference called against him, which it would have been 3rd and goal at the 1. Instead, it backs the Raiders up, and I get it. It's only preseason. But I know damn well if this is the regular season and you get a pass interference call against the offense and you go from having it at the 1 to all the way back to like the 19-yard line, that's going to make a big difference. So Hooper to me was a loser because of that. Another loser here was Justin Herron, and he's not going to make this roster. I don't see how the Raiders can keep him. He looks slow. He looks sluggish. Jermaine Eluemunor plays a beautiful first half, and then the very first play where the Raiders run the ball to the right side, Herron gets called for a holding. I did think that there was a face mask on the play against the defense, but he got called for a holding. He's just light years the worst offensive tackle, I would say, on this Raiders roster. And then another loser, I'm going to throw out the name Alex Bars. You know, you look at a lot of these beat reporters who are saying he's going to start at right guard. And I will continue to say that I respectfully disagree with it. Like, I know what the Raiders put out there for their first depth chart. They did it last year with Lester Cotton. But to me, Bars is out there in the 3rd and the 4th quarter. Like, if you're playing in the 4th quarter of that game and Greg Roten back-to-back days starting at guard, I just will continually say that Greg Van Roten is much better than Alex Bars. I think Netane Moody's better than Alex Bars. And the Raiders are just lying to themselves to think that Bars is a starting right guard in the NFL. The fact that he was out there in the fourth quarter tells me that they don't think that. And I hope that they don't think that, because he got beat multiple times against third and fourth string players on defense. You can't have that. So who was the Raiders' biggest loser against the Rams? The answer is Brian Hoyer. Never did I think that he was the quarterback 2. I've always said that it's Garoppolo 1, Aidan O'Connell's 2. The Raiders are going to put Hoyer at QB2 just because of the training process that they're going here with O'Connell. But let's be real, Brian Hoyer was booty cheeks tonight. Now, y'all, that's going to be all the time that we have for y'all. Appreciate everyone that had a chance to tune in. Remember, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, at Mitchell Renz 365. Appreciate everyone that tuned in and made tonight's watch party absolutely positively insane. Justin, cheers to you, man, for being the MVP, and cheers to everyone out there. Tri-Van, happy birthday. Raiders got the win 34-17. So at the end of the day, the only real loser is the Rams.